Assalamu alaikum. In this lecture, we will study what is derivative. Derivative is the slope of a function. We know function is relationship between two sets. We have two sets here. Y, first set is y, second set is x. We are looking for relation between y on x. So members are for y, y1, y2, y3, and so on, yn, and the members are for x set x1, x2, x3, and so on, xn. So we are looking, so every x gives unique y, means y is a function of x. Is actually is a main definition is one input, one output. X suppose is input, y is output. One input and one output. If it's possible one input, one output, that means it's a function. Otherwise, one input, two output, this is not a function. So anyway, so let's move. What is slope? Slope is a ratio between two quantities y and x. So we can memorize this ratios, rise over run. See this graph. This is y-axis, this is x-axis. This is a curve. So see delta y or delta x. This blue line passing through 2 points of a curve, and then you see this is changing y, this is changing x. This is ratio is slope of a graph. Slope of a graph is delta y or delta x is y2 minus y1 or x2 minus x1. See here, delta y over delta x, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Changing y due to changing x. This is slope. Okay, so f of x is y, and y2 is f of x is y, y1 suppose. So f of x plus delta x y2. Delta x here. It's suppose this is your starting point, and then you jump here. As this is, suppose this is x, this is x1. So delta x is x1 minus x. So delta x is your step. So f of x plus delta x means this is starting point, and plus you move with this step delta x. So this is equal to y2 minus f of x is y1 over delta x. So slope of a curve is changing y over changing x simply. So slope of a tangent line to a curve is dy or dx is equal to limit delta x approaches to 0, delta y over delta x. So what is the difference between these slopes? A slope of a curve, what is slope of a curve? Slope of a tangent line to a curve. See this graph again. This is curve, and this blue line passing through 2 points of a curve. This is secant line. Secant line in Latin word is cut, to cut. So, and tangent line is this black line. This black line is a tangent line, and this black line is passing through a point, only one point of a curve, and this is tangent line. What is going on? Actually, this is delta x. This delta x approaches to delta x approaches 0 means delta x is very small. This line convert into here, this becomes synchronized. This line and this line will coincide, right? So when delta x approaches 0, delta x approaches 0 means a change in x is very small. So, and then you see 1 point. Before you see 2 points, now these 2 points convert into 1 point, and then this secant line convert into tangent line. So theory, you see a relation between this delta and d. What's the relation between is this delta and this delta? This delta is for small and large changes, and this small d is for small changes. This is small and for large. Okay, so if this if delta is very large, and then we use delta y or delta x. Okay, So if we say, delta x very small, then this delta y or delta x convert into dy or dx. This is slope. We usually we write like m. We write a slope with m, we denote with m. Okay. Sometimes we use tangent of angle. Why tangent angle? Tangent, suppose this angle theta, tangent theta is equal to perpendicular or base. Perpendicular is here delta y and base is delta x. So delta y over delta x, tangent theta is m. So this is another way we can take, we can find slope. So we can find slope with delta y over delta x, or limit delta x approaches 0, delta y over delta x. This is slope of a tangent line to a curve, and this is also slope. This is another way to find slope. I hope you understand this lecture. Please subscribe my channel if you don't, and please comments if you want to ask anything. You can comments and below, and you can email to me. Thank you. Bye bye.